Hello everybody. Today I wanted to move away from Filofax and look at a less high-end product, the A5 Yellow planner from Carpe Diem. Now this is a no-nonsense, cheap and cheerful product which is ideal as a starter kit. You don't have to have a lot of money or spend a lot of money to own an organizer, have a planner. So this is a good system to start with if you don't want to be buying high-end leather goods. It's basic, it's honest, it's made of PU leather, polyurethane leather, also known as vegan leather, or my preferred term, faux leather. Not leather at all, of course, it's polyurethane, it's plastic. So it feels fine actually. It doesn't feel, it feels a little plasticky, but it's feels okay, it looks okay. It lacks that leather smell. But all in all, if you saw this from anything other than extremely close up, you wouldn't know that it wasn't leather. Carpe Diem is a US based company. A couple of years ago they were bought by the UK Pucker Pads company, so they may be found sold together. These organisers can still be acquired from the Carpe Diem website, and I will post a link below, though I don't see a yellow as an option currently. I bought this at an end of day discount from Planacon Europe because I love the colour. The current price is $45 US, about 43 euros at the current exchange rates. And it comes also with a set of good quality and decorative inserts, which unfortunately I have used, or fortunately I have used and butchered for other purposes, so I can't show them here. They can be bought on Amazon. At the moment in Germany I can buy one of these, not in yellow, for 33 euros. I also found a yellow one for 65 euros. Again, including the inserts, it makes them pretty good value for money. So they can be found, also the yellow ones, but you have to search a little bit to get the color selection you might want. As I said, this is a no frills product, and you can tell this by the way it's been put together. So if you look at a product like, for example, the Filofax Lockwood, this is the A4 Lockwood. When you look at almost every organizer I've ever owned, because this is multiple layers of leather, one layer is folded over the other and stitched. So, come on, focus. Right, so there's a fold over of leather over the top and it's stitched here. So that when you look at the outside of the product, you see it closed. You don't see the two layers of leather. If you look at this Carpe Diem, there's no messing about. They simply take the two layers, stitch them together. So you can see very clearly how this has been done. Also the rings, which are not the high quality Krauser rings, which people who use Filofaxes will be used to. These are WWS rings, which I haven't heard of before. They are less tautly attached to the back of the organizer than other products, and this might put people off. I don't think there's too much of a danger of this coming off. It just feels a little bit insecure, and because of that, there's a certain, I can put a knife underneath these rings. I couldn't do this on a Filofax. I don't know. I don't know if this is normal with Carpe Diem. Let me know if you have one. But on my particular one, this is very loose, so I don't think it will cause any particular problems. But it's just the way it's been made. It's not as highly finished as the more expensive organizers. The product is bulky because it has these large 30mm rings. If you look at this, this is so that's the Carpe Diem. If I take a Lockwood A5, you can see this not very well, I have to say, that how much bigger the Carpe Diem is to the Lockwood, because the rings are slightly bigger, and also compared to A5, it takes A5 paper, but you can see how much bigger than the paper it is. It's a very bulky organizer. It is 24 centimeters high. It is 20.8 centimeters wide without this clasp flap, and it's about 4.5 centimeters thick. And empty, it weighs about 400 grams. As you can see, it's got yellow stitching, yellow faux leather, yellow stitching. There are no logos or marks on the outside except on the press stud, where you have a Carpe Diem logo. But otherwise, there's no marks on the outside, and it has a popper closure, and this is quite a nice, generous closure, so you can get quite a lot in here before you run out of before you no longer have the ability to close it. So you can get quite a lot in there, as you can see. Inside on the left, we have 2 card pockets and 2 double depth pockets, each with a black nylon lining. So let me move that and you can see this. So these 2 at the bottom are card pockets, and you can see that's 3 centimeters, or heading up 2.7 centimeters. Same for this one. But these 2 above here are double. So this is almost 6 centimeters deep. This one is almost 6 centimeters, or just over 6 centimeters deep. Okay, so they're not all credit card pockets. These 2 are double depth pockets. And there's the top to bottom slit here. Top to bottom pocket, I should say. On the right hand side, we have another top to bottom pocket and a slit here, which goes all the way to the bottom. So this can be used to store a notepad. I wouldn't use it for that, of course, because it will destroy the writing surface, as does this. But then you need something between your paper and the back to make this a smooth writing surface. Ditto, if you're left-handed, you would need to put something, cardboard or something, in front of your papers to give you a smooth writing surface. There's an elastic pen loop facing inwards. It can take a good selection of pens. So we have here 8mm, no problem whatsoever, holds it nice and tightly. We have a 1 centimeter pen here, no problem, holds it nice and tightly. We have a 1.2 centimeter, needs a little bit of effort always because of this shape to get it in. This lamy, but again holds it nice and tightly, no problem. So this is a good functional pen loop, and there's no clash with the paper. I have any paper in here at the moment, but always with a ring binder, when you close the binder, the paper moves. But here it's such a wide binder, it never gets as far as the pen loop when you close it. So you have no problems with paper getting in the way of the pen, or vice versa. There's a Carpe Diem logo on the left, and this is where you do see that this is made of plastic. The difference between embossing in plastic and embossing in leather is very obvious, but that's the really obvious place where you can see that. Carpe Diem is where you buy the Organiser. On the right hand side there is the URL, simplestories.com, which is where you buy the decorative inserts. As you can see, it lies open, it lies flat, and it can be folded back on itself unusually, although I wouldn't really suggest you do this, but it can be done. Maybe this is one of the advantages of having this these rings very loosely attached to the backing, to the back plate. So I don't use this myself. I haven't found a purpose for it yet, but I would say that this is a nice, honest, animal-friendly, basic product for people who don't see the need to spend vast amounts of money on an organizer. It just lacks those final quality finishes. It's a lot bulkier than I would like or need, but I think it would suit plenty of people. And I love the color, and the quality of this faux leather is pretty good. I've seen much worse. So that's the Carpe Diem A5. Hope you found that useful, and I'll move on to something else next time. Talk to you then.